Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jacob Jordan, and we're back again today with all facts, no fiction. All facts, no fiction. Now, today I'm going to be talking about why Yamal is going to be winning the Ballon d'Or and what him winning the Ballon d'Or will mean to football over them Usman Dembele winning it. Okay. Now we're gonna start off with just simple things. Simple things. Let's talk about the historic factor. When it comes to winning the Ballon d'Or, it's obvious that he's going to be the most youngest the youngest, I want to start the most youngest, but the youngest player to ever win the Ballon d'Or, right? So he's going to be rewriting the history books. He's going to be following in Messi's footsteps, but doing it earlier than anybody imagined. Now, with this, with Yamal emerging onto the scene, already picking up a Euro, an international trophy, picking up a La Liga. He almost got a treble last year. They were literally stopped from getting a treble by Inter Milan. He could have had one of the craziest starts to his career. Let's just really think about it. Barcelona, if they was to make it to the Champions League final, it would literally be Barcelona versus PSG for a treble. Both teams were on a treble. Think about that. Really think about that. And we all know that Inter Milan game, especially the Inter Milan matchup, right? The first leg and the second leg, it was basically the Yamal show. It was basically the Yamal show. He was literally the focal point of Barcelona's attack. It was basically just Yamal ball. Everyone just give Yamal the ball. Everyone get out the way. Give Yamal the ball. Get out the way. It was a ball hog masterclass, bro. I'm just calling it what it is. It was a ball hog masterclass. It was beautiful to watch. Some real jogo we were watching. And it was muy bonito. Muy. Now, this is where I get into my second point, right? His role at Barcelona. Despite his age, and everyone knows the GNA that Rafinha has, and you can't dispute that. You can't dispute that Rafinha was a major part in Barcelona being on that treble. But let's just be honest. Yamal carried that whole offense for Barcelona, and he's been carrying that offense for Barcelona ever since he's won that European Cup. You could say even a little bit before that. He was the focal point. Bro, at 17 years old, you're carrying the attack for, let's just be honest, the second biggest team in world football. If not second, they're third. If you want to go put what, Bayern Munich ahead of Barcelona, you could. You could. But right now, Bayern Munich hasn't really been at their strongest, so everyone would probably say, let's just hold up. Let's just hold up on that, right? And yes, Rafinha got a lot of goals and assists last season, but if we're being honest, I would say whenever Yamal got a goal, it was definitely more important to the journey of Barcelona. He has a lot more goals that are important to the journey. What do you mean, Jordan? What do you mean important to the journey? I'm talking key goals. I'm talking goals when they have no one to turn to. Yamal's like, yo, I so. Give me the ball. Let me cook. He's getting double teamed, triple teamed at 17 years old, bro. And if it wasn't for Jan Sommer, he would have probably got a smooth hat trick. and Barcelona would have been coasting to that final. Now, let's be honest. Because he's a focal point, because he can be, turned to in some of the biggest matches in world football. I'm talking Europa League, not Europa League, Euros, semifinals, finals, shows up. Champions League, semifinals, finals. Well, he hasn't made it to a final yet, but you would expect him to show up. And that's the thing, we're now expecting Yamal to show up in these knockout stages, and he's 17 years old. I know people are not 7, he's 18 now, but I know everyone gets tired of that gimmick. But like, really think about it, bro. This is ridiculous. There's some players that we look at as like, yo, you're supposed to be showing up, and they don't do anything. Vinny. Vinny was struggling last season to find his footing, and this kid is literally carrying Barcelona to almost a final, bro. Let's talk about it. He's comfortably better than Vinny. Comfortably. Comfortably better than Vinny. Better decision maker. A lot more technical skill to do what he wants to do in the game. And his importance to Barcelona massively triumphs Vinny's importance to Real Madrid. Let's be honest. Madrid has Mbappe now. They're just a good striker away from dropping Mbappe to left wing again. Really and truly. Someone like a Isak can go to Barcelona, get it popping. Haaland, not Barcelona, I mean Real Madrid. Someone like a Haaland could go to Real Madrid, get it popping, and then where goes Vidi? Shoop, out of the lineup. Gone. Now, when it comes to the international tournaments, right? He shouldn't even be showing up so early in his career. He shouldn't even be showing up so early in his career. And this is where it gets scary. Because he's not even in his prime, right? Like mentally. Because technically you could say he's probably in his prime, and physically you could probably he's not even in his prime physically. So mentally and physically he's not even in his prime. Technically, he looks sharp. He looks like the sharpest player on the planet when he's at his best. Let's not dispute that. Right? Let's not dispute that. And when it just comes down to it, the fact that he's going to be probably entering his prime, what? He's 18. Football players enter their prime at 25. 7 years from now. Yes, 7 years before he enters his prime. So he's, first of all, if this trajectory keeps going up and up and up, it's literally gonna be Yamal and Mbappe. Yamal and Mbappe. And you know what's funny? At this age, every time he's really like met Mbappe in any tournament or any significant El Clasico, for the most part, he has not even a one up on him. He's been just putting belt to ass. It's been kind of dark for Mbappe, bro. It's been kind of dark, and I don't like what I'm seeing. We don't even have to talk stats because we know how he gives it up with the stats. People want to talk 9 league goals, but like, bro, like the niggas are only taking a dump in the 9 league goals because it's Yamal. That's why. We like, bro, like let's be honest. He's not even that type of player though. He's not even that type of player that's like a goal junkie. He's a playmaker, bro. He's a playmaker that's just so good enough, like at playing football, that that's the only knock we could really have on his game. Oh, you don't score enough goals. But we know the goals are coming. We see it all the time when he plays for Spain. His ability to make chances for himself, bro. Once his finishing reaches its peak, he's going to be a relentless force of nature. It's gonna get dark for your favorite team. Pray for whichever fullback he comes up against. We don't have to talk eye test when we're talking Yamal. It's Yamal. We don't have to talk eye test. Now, the narrative push, because we all know this is like a big thing when it comes to Ballon d'Ors. The story behind the Ballon d'Or. Messi, the little genius, the underdog story, Ronaldo, the kid that literally had to hustle super hard. Another underdog story. Two underdog story going up against each other, Messi and Ronaldo. The kid that put in so much work to become a physical specimen that's also an elite goal scorer that can score goals in every part that you can consider a weapon. Now, for Yamal's storyline, it's simple. The prodigy who conquered world football before adulthood. Do I have to say that again? Listen, the prodigy who conquered world football before adulthood. It's getting dark. The heir to Messi's throne, young right winger, explodes onto the scene, sweeps the world by storm, turns Barcelona from a team that was fading into a powerhouse again that everyone fears. Because no one wants to play Barcelona now in the Champions League again. To be honest, I'm a lot more terrified of Barcelona in the Champions League than Madrid. It's getting to that point. And let's be honest, right? When Barcelona's at their peak, some Madrid fans are gonna hate this. They're better than Madrid. That's just when Barcelona is at their peak, aka in their attack, they have one of the greatest attackers of all time. I just don't know how Barcelona keep doing it. I don't know how they just keep bringing like they have a factory that just births legendary players. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Barcelona has been in a financial jam for like almost 10 years now, and like whenever the books get a little too cooked, they just poop out like a world beater, bro. They poop out a world beater, bro. Or if they don't poop out a world beater, their scouting at times is so good that they go and find like a regen of one of their old legends. How the hell do you pick up Pedri from Las Palmas? This is not about Pedri though. Now, we all know for the stage is already set. Yamal steps in as a savior of world football. It's clear. It's obvious they want to crown him as a generational icon. That's fair as well. And if you want to talk about his season, right, you could add that international trophy to the table. You can also talk about in the Nations League match as well, when they both had the chance to face up against each other, who showed out and who dwindled under the pressure. Dembele dwindled under the pressure. They met up twice. Didn't get to meet up on the club level yet because we're yet to see PSG versus Barcelona. But in terms of the international stage, which counts as well, it's not like they were doing exhibitions when they met up against each other. No, trophies was on the line. Don't forget who showed up both times and which team destroyed the other team. Yamal scored on both occasions when France played Spain. Are we just gonna act like the Euros wasn't last year, and it's not a part of this season? It's a part of the 2024 season because guess what? It was the 2024 Euros. Oh my god, it's getting dark, as my friends in the UK would say. It's getting dark. Now, let's just talk about what this would mean for his legacy if he was to win it. If he wins it, he becomes the standard for future prodigies. No one can downplay teenage brilliance ever again. He's going to be Wow. He is going to be Yamal, Lamine Yamal is going to be remembered in the same breath as a Michael Owen. Now, the kids that are watching this, you guys might not know what a Michael Owen is, but just know he was that guy. He was that guy. And if he didn't get any injuries, I guarantee you, England gets an international trophy. I promise you. Whether it's the World Cup or the Euros, England gets an international trophy. If Michael Owen doesn't go down with so much injuries, if he's able to like build on the level he was at already, oh man, or even just maintain that level as he grows into his body as a man, yeah, man. And now for the final point, on Yamal's legacy, right? This is going to set him up to challenge for multiple Ballon d'Ors. I'm going to say this again. This is going to set him up to challenge for multiple Ballon d'Ors. It's the beginning of a dynasty. And y'all know how much I hate Barcelona, but like he's so good, he makes Barcelona fun to watch. I enjoy watching Barcelona play when he plays. I miss Messi because I was a Ronaldo fan. I was hating on the guy, but now I'm just I've grown above that. I've matured. Now I'm just a fan of football. I want to see him and Mbappe go band for band now. I want to see him and Mbappe go band for band. So this is gonna be fun. This is going to be fun. All I can say is good luck. Good luck. Because first it was Yamal versus Endek, won that debate. Then it was Yamal versus Bellingham, won that debate. Then it became Yamal versus Mbappe, and he's currently winning that debate. Who else is there in world football that can challenge this guy? Who else? I guess we'll have to find out. Like the video, man. Like the video.